about you. I will be back here, and I will be back with another vengeance.
Yeah, we'll lick our wounds. We'll get over this. We'll be fired up for next year.
Garoppolo has time, stands in, going deep, going for it all, and it's caught for the touchdown! On fourth down, Deebo Samuel for 6. Garoppolo's got all day. He's going to launch it deep down the field, going for it all, and getting it! Emmanuel Sanders, not touched, still on his feet, inside the 10, and he scores! 75-yard bomb from Jimmy Garoppolo to Emmanuel Sanders. Wilson, pressure off the edge, releases it, and it is intercepted by Greenlaw. Dre Greenlaw now on the return. As he's still on his feet with blockers in front, Dre Greenlaw down the sideline. Can you believe this?
Looks like football, baby.
Pass is caught. Kittle breaks one tackle. Another. Wow, what a touchdown for George Kittle. Goff throws and it's intercepted. It's picked off by Warner. Fred Warner for the touchdown. Jeff Wilson has come in at running back. Garoppolo's throw is caught by Jeff Wilson. He's going to score a touchdown for the 49ers.
And the pass is going to be picked off by Bosa. Nick Bosa. Can't bring him down till he gets to the 8-yard line. Wow.
Now Evans in the slot. Winston picked off. It is Richard Sherman, who did not have an interception last year, and he returns it all the way for a 49ers touchdown, 32-yard.
Garoppolo fires. It is caught. Still on his feet is Kittle with a big play. And the stiff arm. George Kittle. Flags fly. He's down to the 30. What a run by George Kittle. Taking on everybody.
Oh shit, gold-blooded fuckhead sticks. This is fucked up. It's like a reoccurring nightmare, right? This happened last year after the 2-week East Coast stint. 49ers just shot their load on the East and just can't get it done getting back. This game was a fucking mess. Nick Mullins gets pulled. CJ Beathard comes in and impresses, but then he can't recover the onsides. Yeah, I stayed up and watched this whole fucking thing. What a fucking shit show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gold Blooded Podcast. I am Daddy, joined by the number one stunner, Bobby D.
Hey.
With Curran in the background. Hello, Curran.
Hello.
We'd like to also start this day by
A moment of silence.
a moment of silence for Rob's boy. That was a moment of silence for Eddie Van Halen. Rob is a big fan, and I know he's sad today. So today our hearts go out to Rob and Eddie Van Halen's friends and family. He played the guitar well. People liked him.
No, not many. He wasn't known for being a nice fella.
Oh, no?
No.
Oh, I don't know.
No.
That's how little I know.
No.
Oh, he's a bit of a dick, yeah?
Yeah, there's a story where where he bought a assault vehicle, an illegal assault vehicle.
What do you mean assault? Like a tank?
Yep, like an army vehicle.
Okay.
Drove it through Beverly Hills. Mm-hmm. Drove it to where Fred Durst was, where Limp Bizkit was rehearsing. Drove it onto the lawn. Parked it on the lawn. Got out. Held a gun on Fred Durst and told him to go get his shit now.
What shit?
Like amps and stuff that he had for some reason. And Fred Durst was yelling at all the people that worked for him to go get everything. So Eddie Van Halen stood on the lawn smoking a cigarette with a gun held on Fred Durst until he had all his stuff back.
What the fuck?
He's a bit of a wild man. Yeah.
That's phenomenal. And, well, speaking of Fred Durst getting punked, he also got punked by some Connecticut hardcore legends as well. You know that story?
No.
Jamie took a stack of flyers and threw it right in his face. Like he had a stack of flyers.
Josta?
Yeah. And him and Jay Reed, of all people, him and Jay approached Fred at like some Warped Tour type of situation. And Jamie just threw the stack of flyers in his face. It was like, fuck you. Like point blank. And he didn't do shit. So, wow. Eddie Van Halen allegedly pulled the gun on Fred Durst just to get his guitar gear back. Well, suck my dick, Al Papa. Fucking... As we all know, my cousin is the number one Limp Bizkit fan in America.
Also the number one Donald Trump fan in America.
Yeah, also the most racist person I know. So he really the number one Limp Bizkit fan was like won that title on a Las Vegas news channel or some shit. So typical cunts supporting cunts. I guess that goes to the Trump deal too. Phenomenal. All right, do we want to get? Yeah.
With a gun mount. It's not legal.
Hair and a samurai bun on top of his head.
Left it running on the front lawn.
With a...
Wearing no shirt.
Yeah, a jeans held up with a strand of rope and combat boots held together by duct tape. And he had a gun in his hand. Phenomenal. Sounds like how I feel I wanted to fucking roll into this bitch having to talk about this fucking game. Let's go.
You want some updates? You want some injuries? You want
Yeah,
some
let's see how things are left after this. Because last week I was very motivated to learn and stay involved, but a loss, I have a tough time after a loss being motivated.
We'll get comfortable. I got a lot here.
I'll go back to sleep on the couch. That was nice. Okay,
All
go.
right, let's start with Debo. Debo was activated and he played this week.
Yeah, hats off to Debo.
Good to have him back.
Yes, it is.
George Kittle was also activated and played this week. He was not on IR. He was just sitting.
Boy, did he play, yeah.
Yeah, boy, did he. Jet McKinnon had that rib contusion, was day-to-day. He played. D Ford is on IR. My guess is if we see him, it won't be till maybe playoffs if we make the playoffs. K'Wan Williams played this week because of his previous injury was a hip, but this week he injured his knee and he's headed to short-term IR. Jimmy Garoppolo did not play. He's day-to-day. Raheem Mostert is in the same boat. Shanahan hasn't said yes or no to them. Same thing with Witherspoon, Greenlaw, Mosley. Mosley's in the concussion protocol. He did not play. Same thing, just day to day. We'll know more tomorrow, really. Tomorrow's a big day. Cornerback Jamar Taylor was promoted to the active roster before the game and played 10 snaps, including a sack on his first play as a 49er.
That was wild, right?
Yeah, did you hear the announcers?
Yes.
They were saying how normally when a new cornerback comes in like that off the bench cold, you go right at him.
Right, yeah,
so
yeah.
Saleh one-upped them and said, all right, they're going to go right at him. Well, we're just going to blitz him.
Yeah, we
And
won't
it
even
worked
give you
perfect.
the opportunity.
It was great.
Yeah.
Great move.
Oh my God, I didn't see this next one.
Oh, you didn't see that?
Are you kidding me?
By the way, Kern, I don't know if you know this, but Joe refuses to have apps on his phone. He's very anti-app. So he won't have the ESPN app that tells us everything about the team at all times.
No,
Joe refuses.
Hold on. I actually have the ESPN app, but the one thing I will not let happen is notifications in any sense for anything.
I love it.
Not a chance.
That's the only thing I allow it for is the 49ers. And it's for reasons like that. Like I knew that the minute it happened.
When did that happen?
Right after the game, they pretty much said it. Shanahan said it in his post game too.
Did we have? We haven't said it yet, have we? Did you say it?
Ziggy Ansah
No.
with the torn biceps,
Right.
headed to season-ending IR.
Unfucking. What the fuck?
$3 million for how many snaps?
6.
And it's still a cap hit. We still take the cap hit. That's the fucking shitty part.
Yep.
Fuck.
Dante Pettis left the game with a knee injury. He's day to day. He'll
Fuck
probably
him.
be in.
Just go away.
We did open the practice window for Richard Sherman. It's not likely that he'll play this week. It's more likely we'll see him next week.
Okay.
But because it's Richard Sherman, there is a possibility of him playing this week.
I have a Dante Pettis thing we're going to do after you finish this before
All
we
right.
get into the game.
Are we going to release him?
I don't know.
Because this is going to tell you a lot. The next one.
Yeah.
Today we released Mohamed Sanu after 3 games. But we did not release Dante Pettis.
I know.
So there's something there.
I fucking don't know what.
It's maybe it's just cheaper.
Yeah. Maybe.
I think you were right last week about Pettis just knowing the plays as well. Might as well keep a guy who's been there for 3 years and knows the offense and knows the people.
And can also do special teams.
Yeah, I don't think everyone
Right.
Everybody on the bench isn't going for Pettis' neck like we are. They probably all know the guy, hang out with him. It's better to keep that guy around than bring in somebody who might rub the locker room the wrong way or
Yeah. So he was released. He did get 1 catch for 9 yards, so that was a nice. We got our money's worth out of that one. We also released the tight end off the practice squad. I'm going to let Joe announce his name.
That's Charlie Tamapu.
And one more bit of news that's not on here. Mr. Trent Taylor has been married as of yesterday. Him and his lovely bride and Mr. George Kittle and his lovely bride spent the evening together, and he got married.
You think they swapped?
No.
What fun.
So that happened.
What fun is it? Okay, here's what I want to say about Dante Pettis before we talk about this loss. I'm convinced that Dante Pettis' only motivation and the only thing he really desires to do is to post a picture of himself in uniform an hour before kickoff with a quote from the Bible. That is the only thing that I see Dante Pettis motivated to do. I don't see him being successful in the NFL. Even I thought he would go to Seattle after his stint here and have like a career resurgence. I don't think that's even going to happen at this point. I don't think he is a professional athlete mentally. I think he has the physical tools, but I don't think he has the mental ability to be successful as an athlete. He's not that cutthroat. He's soft.
What gives you that idea? The fact that he licked his hand like a paw and acted like a cat when he scored a touchdown?
No, because
that's what did it for me. I knew right there's no way he's a fucking tough guy.
you don't have to be a tough guy.
You do, though.
Yeah, maybe you do, but I don't know.
I see Debo doing like a celebration like that, but
you wouldn't see it the same way if Debo did it. The way you saw it when Dante did it, like when it happened, your reaction to it wouldn't be the same if it was an actual badass guy. Like if it was Debo or George or even Mohamed Sanu, if he did it, you wouldn't have the same reaction as you have when Pettis does it. It just feels different.
Well, yeah, you got to understand at the time he had pink hair. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I mean, all that said, okay, I should say this. I don't doubt that a guy who has pink hair and is into cats could be successful in the NFL. But Dante Pettis, those aren't the things that make him not. He just doesn't have the cutthroat ability. He's not mean enough. You know, he doesn't have that ability to, and he has the physical tools, but he just doesn't have the mentality that it takes to be successful long term. So with that said, the 49ers played the Eagles and they lost 25-20. No one won our prediction game because we pick wins here. I think we could all say that the better team didn't win this game. Right? Would we all agree with that? I mean, we all feel like the Niners were the better team. Nick Mullins, CJ Beathard, or Jimmy G all are, better than Carson Wentz. Fuck Carson Wentz. He's a fucking joke.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I'm not. He's never impressed me, but whatever. I mean, that's me.
He's definitely a better quarterback than Nick Mullins.
Okay.
If you switched them in this game, we would have blown them out by 1 million. If you switched Mullins and Wentz in this game, Wentz was the only thing they had going for him. That touchdown pass was the only touchdown pass that guy has ever caught. And it was a perfect throw. It was a dime.
They did say that.
He extended every play. He was like slippery to get down. It was almost like watching us play the Cardinals the way he was getting away from our guys a couple times. The guy can play quarterback. The guy can play backyard football. I don't think he would survive in a Shanahan offense. He's more like a Russ Wilson. He's more like a guy like you want the play to go to shit, and then he's gonna
like
make
a
it
Favre
happen.
type of guy.
Yeah.
I got you there. Yeah, he didn't impress me all that much. Whatever. That's neither here nor there.
I mean, it's not all on Mullins, but it is.
It is.
I mean, without Mullins playing the way he played, we win that game for sure.
Yeah, think about
even the pick six.
Right.
No pick six, we win that game.
Okay, or think about had he actually completed that one to use check in the beginning. He had the clear field. Even the announcer was like, "That's a good chance that's going to be a touchdown."
Yeah, if not, it's midfield.
Right?
Better.
Yeah. Oh, midfielder, but red zone probably. He missed a lot of balls. He was not that good. And again, as shown by C.J. Beathard stepping in there and going 7 for 7 with a touchdown.
And we still had a chance to win.
Right. The game, well, what I'm saying was the game, it wasn't a bad game plan. The game plan was there. They had the ability, there was players running open, but they weren't being hit.
It was our game to lose.
100%.
This is the worst offensive line play we've seen in 2 years.
Trent
sure.
Williams, two big
And brutal ones.
big time. Drive-ending penalties.
And McGlinchey still hasn't got it together.
Yeah, without Joe, he's a different guy.
Well, maybe without all that weight. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
But, and even with all that said, if Beathard runs that 2-point conversion in with all that field in front of him, we're into field goal range on the next drive.
Right. That changes everything.
It's a tie game.
And that is that's like a decision thing.
Yeah.
That's
and go back even further, Peterson having the balls to go for 2 on that first touchdown, that changes the whole game too.
For sure.
Because when we score that touchdown at the end, we kick an extra point to go within 3 instead of trying for 2.
absolutely. Yeah, what I just you felt like there was a real chance that they could have won the game, but in my heart of hearts, I knew it wasn't going to happen. It just, it's hard. It's hard loss. I got to tell you.
It did seem like everything was going wrong, and I just and it's like it's very easy to pinpoint the blame, and be like, oh, it was all Mullins, or I guess, or even just put it on the line, but everything just didn't go together, and especially those penalties, I think, killed us. I thought our defense played pretty well to kind of hold our offense up.
Absolutely, especially with the short fields they were given. Weren't they given a short field on a turnover?
And also just who was playing. I mean,
right.
Our starting corners were Jason Verrett and Dante Johnson.
Yep.
And Dante Johnson hurt his groin, but we had no more cornerbacks. So he just kept playing. He went back out on the field with a groin injury, and that's why he got beat on the deep ball.
And I can't say anything more about the depth of the defensive linemen. I mean, DJ Jones came in with a couple great plays this game again. Hyder is just like, where did he come from?
He's he's probably our defensive MVP if the season ends right now.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe Fred, because he's just always there. But he's in the conversation.
Linebackers played great with Greenlaw out, and
Al-Shaair was all over the field.
That kind of. I don't know if we signed anybody for that game, but just knowing that
Jamar Taylor we signed and promoted, and he played.
Yep. Knowing that you don't really have everybody behind you to kind of back you up if you need a couple plays off. The defense played very hard, and I think the defense was the only reason why we truly were in this game towards the end. Beathard's drive was amazing, but it's just, I think if our defense didn't play the way they did, it could have gone pretty ugly pretty early. And
Agreed.
It sucks that it was to the Eagles. So
always. But
What really sucks is that we're 2-2 after 4 of our 5 easiest games.
Right.
Because after next week, it's brutal, man.
Yeah.
The Cardinals lost. This was such a great opportunity to kind of get up in the division. And then Miami almost beat Seattle. And I think you're going to see later down in the season, divisional games are different, but Seattle might lose some of those games, and games like this will be very important to look back on.
Yeah, I mean, the bad news is we lost these games that we should have won.
Yeah.
The good news is we still hold our own fate.
Well,
if we win, we still have 2 games against the Rams. We still have 2 games against Seattle.
Yep.
So if we win those games, we
we'll
catch
be fine.
them.
Yeah.
That's it. We just got to win. You just got to win now. You got to win and win and win and win. And
The other thing is,
I mean, we could still be 14-2.
we're
That's the upside.
we're 500 after losing all the important pieces. We seem to have weathered that crazy injury storm. It seems that we're getting help back this week.
As long as nothing more comes,
Right, yeah.
we'll
I
only
mean,
be getting people back.
I know the Ziggy loss is probably going to be, hurt, at least for the depth. It's nice to have another first round talent there, but what are you going to do?
But and the NFL is changing protocols this week, so there's no way we're getting a new defensive lineman in for the game in time.
What do you mean?
They're adding a day to the process of bringing in a free agent.
Oh, because of COVID?
Yeah.
Do you
Because these other teams are fucking morons.
You think we're going to get a full season?
No.
Yeah.
No,
It's gonna
not
be
after what
fucked
happened
up.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Because they got lucky that they were able to reschedule the
Right.
game they canceled.
Yeah,
Like it
it's-
worked out.
sooner or later,
Once
that's
there's
not-
2 or
yeah,
3,
yeah,
that's
for sure.
toast.
So
They're going to end up going off win percentage or adding a couple playoff teams or something.
what I had read was that they were going to do 12 playoff teams a conference, and that it's not going to be like the NFC West could send 3 teams. You know what I mean? It's going to.
We already could.
Yeah, but I don't.
Because
The
they've already added one team.
Right. The way it sounded was that it was going to be like the top 12 best teams, regardless of like no division champs. Something along those lines.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't support that at all. A division winner should always get in.
Right. I don't know. That was something I had read. Who the fuck knows?
There's always that argument, like if the Niners finish
10-6,
and the winner of another division
8 and
is
9,
but,
or 8
but
and
they
whatever,
won
yeah.
their division, and if their division is really tough and they're all equal, then that's why it's not. You can't go by that.
Yeah.
You win the division, you should be in the playoffs.
Yeah, it was a rough one. I was definitely impressed, like Michael said, about the D playing. I know 25 points, not great, but still, they had their backs against the wall. There was, the Eagles did put a couple long drives together there. They had to have been tired, but they hung in there. They did the best they could.
We were all ready to hang Robert Saleh 2 years ago.
Yeah, we were.
All of us were ready to hang him. Then last year we assumed he was going to get the head coaching job.
Yeah.
If this season keeps going this way with all the people he's lost and the people
He's got to be a head coach.
he's gone.
Yeah.
If we become a contender,
Right.
if we finish the year 2-14, he's not going anywhere.
No.
But if we
Even
end up,
8-8.
if we end up in the playoffs, he's probably going somewhere.
Fuck yeah. I would say, regardless, this is probably the last game you could afford to lose for a while. You have to.
You at least got to get a streak going and feel good about yourself.
and you got to you can't let the gap between the Seattle get too far. You have to also keep yourself in a position to get the wild cards. I don't know what the other.
And we get Green Bay is on a short week, but it's at home.
Right.
But then after that, the good news is after that we get a long week to go to New Orleans.
Okay.
So we get a couple extra days to prepare for New Orleans.
Right on.
And also, anybody that was on this team last year has to have a little bit of confidence going to New Orleans.
Sure.
Because we won there last
and
year.
especially, they're not. I thought they were going to be, seeing them on paper. They were the paper champs as far as I was concerned this year. But you always get worried about a team like that, and then every year that team is never who you thought they were. They are who we thought they were. You want to do the blame game?
Yeah, let's blame somebody.
Let's fucking blame someone. Michael Curran, you blame somebody first.
I'm just gonna go with Mullins. Okay. Just as it's funny because a little while ago I said I don't think you can just blame him, but for this blame game, I'm just gonna blame him say
if you have to pick someone, it's him.
Yeah. No, I'm in what I'll be honest. When he threw that last pick right to the defender, I grabbed the remote and shut off the TV and left the room. And I came back 2 minutes later because I wanted to see what was happening. And I saw the Beathard drive. But it made me so angry that I know how Nick Mullins can play. And I feel like if he was just on point that day, the score could have been changed and they wouldn't. I have to pick Mullins.
Everybody wanted a quarterback controversy. We got one.
The
for
wrong,
backup.
Yeah, the wrong one.
No, we got a controversy for backup now.
Actually,
Who's second and third?
That's what they were saying. There was an article I read about that. Like I didn't get to read it today. I just saw the highlights. Like, yeah, here's your San Francisco quarterback controversy.
I mean, obviously, in the beginning when we got them both, we thought much higher of Beathard. We drafted him in the 3rd round. And Mullins was undrafted. So to start, we thought higher of them. Now we know enough from having Shanahan as long as we have that. That doesn't mean shit once they're on the field to him. He'll cut a 1st rounder and start an undrafted if they're playing better. Like that's his thing.
Yep.
All right, Rob, you got a blame game?
Yeah, it's got to be Mullins. There's other people you can blame. Like it would be easy to say Beathard not running in the 2-point conversion with all that open field. It would be easy to say here's something I don't get. They keep saying. I keep hearing because Kittle's 15 of 15 targets, 15 catches.
Okay.
So they don't count a 2-point conversion in that because he didn't catch that ball. He was a target on that. But they must just not count that because it was a 2-point conversion.
Was it batted down?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
When you're talking about targets,
okay,
it's how many were thrown to you and how many you caught.
Yeah, that's
and they
odd.
keep saying he caught 15 of the 15 targets.
Maybe they just don't consider it.
He also set a record. He was 15 of 15. Only one other person's ever done that. No one's ever caught 15 and had 183 yards.
Okay.
6 of those 15 catches were contested.
Wow.
That's insane. That's something you don't that's unheard of.
Yep.
Like 6 contested, and he went and got those. And what you don't see on there is that every time he caught a contested ball, he got 5 more yards at least.
Oh,
at least.
I mean, a lot of all the Niners are unbelievable yards after catch, but he is obviously he is a next level.
And he catches those face masks because he's so hard to tackle. They're tacking on 15 because they just can't get him down, so they're just grabbing whatever they can.
But I love how he grabbed that one. I thought he was going to get one.
Yeah, as long as you're open, and he was like slapping people.
Yeah,
and, he's the best. He's the best.
I think that is another great example of why I can make a case that George Kittle is the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, if he doesn't get a vote for MVP, it's a joke.
And that's the thing is, think about the other catches. He's wide open. Tell me another tight end that gets that wide open all the time. And then he caught 6 out of 6 contested.
Yeah,
passes.
What wide receiver is doing that?
What player is that reliable?
No.
That you can say, man, there's a defender right on him. I mean,
doesn't matter. Throw it anyway.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't agree more. If he doesn't get a single vote for MVP, it's a joke.
He won't.
Yep.
It's a joke because he's shown it, and it doesn't matter. Like, so when Jimmy's in there, there's certain receivers that do better. When Mullins is in there, there's certain receivers that do better. When Beathard's in there, there's certain. It doesn't matter what quarterback is throwing him the ball. It doesn't matter who's in there.
No, yeah, he is a generational talent.
100%.
He really is, and I never saw it coming. Fucking Steve had that
and a goofball.
Yeah,
from the start,
out of his mind. Yeah, completely fucking insane.
He said today that he was talking about losing Bosa, and he called Bosa the second best player in the NFL, and it kind of went by on the interview, and then they're like, wait, did you just say the second best player in the NFL? And he goes, yeah, Aaron Donald's the best player in the NFL. He goes, I can't give Bosa that title after 1 year. He's going to have to earn that a couple more years.
Oh, I thought he was referring to himself.
I was hoping there was going to be something funny.
And
when I first heard it, I was like, somebody's got to ask him this. Yeah. And then they finally did.
I'm going to go a different route with the blame game. I'm going to blame Jimmy Garoppolo's ankle. It's enough. Come on, guy. It's time to get back at it here. Let's
blame the refs for letting him get fucking beat up.
You know what? That's fair, too.
Is it the same leg as the ACL? I think it is.
I don't know. The ACL was left, so I don't know what we're dealing with now.
So,
what do you think about CJ's hair?
Oh, I love it.
Beautiful.
I love it. I think it's awesome. I think that guy would be so cool to sit down and have a beer with.
He just grew his hair out. It's just long.
Beat hard?
Yeah.
He's been through a lot, too, after his brother last year.
Too religious for me, but I'm sure he's a nice guy.
I think he looks a little badass, but
he's definitely more of a badass. He definitely beats the shit out of Nick Mullins in a fight.
Yes,
and probably Jimmy Garoppolo at the same time.
I think he puts down some linemen.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's been in some bar fights where he's probably knocked out 3 4 guys that have attacked him.
Yeah, you lock the door on the quarterback room, Beathard comes out unscathed.
Yeah, he's probably lost his virginity to a barnyard animal. He's definitely been around some weird scenes. I hear you.
Well, go back to, was it 2 years ago that he had to come in? I mean, that was when the line seemed like they let every single defender through, and he didn't give a fuck. He would just hung the ball, even though he had a defender.
Oh, he got his ass kicked that whole fucking.
That's how Mullins got a chance.
First 9 games, yeah.
That's how
He
Mullins
would
got a
just get
chance.
right up.
He got beat up so bad that they had to give him a break and let Mullins play.
He would just get right up. So I have a thing that kind of goes with me blaming Mullins.
Oh.
So somebody on Instagram asked this question, and I thought it'd be cool for us to discuss.
Okay, here we go. Incorporating the Instagram to the podcast. This is why you make the big money here, Curran.
That's why you're the social media manager.
Hey!
This is why I have a Lamborghini sitting out in my...
That's right.
That's why you have a Lambo and Steve's getting an Acura.
What do you got?
So he says, I know you guys are going to talk about Mullins. Do y'all think Sunday's night's shitty performance lowers the kind of pick we could potentially get for him? He set some records, but that second pick was absolutely terrible, and I think that speaks to some of the missing pieces he has. So I guess to go with that, does it lower his draft capital? And do you think we will be drafting? I mean, do you
Trade
think we
capital.
will trade him? Yeah. Do you think we will trade him?
I think
At
his
least in,
highest,
like,
I think both of them, their highest worth was last year. If we wanted to, we would have.
I would have
Like
to.
they both
yeah.
played well the year before. I think if we were going to get something for him, then was the time.
Yeah, I think as the situation stands, I don't think it's anything that they're going to address in the offseason. I think there's bigger issues. You know, I think our quarterback room is set right now. Now,
I also think that Sunday night proved why we have both of them still.
right.
Yeah.
Like,
Clearly there was a need, yeah.
And for the last 3 weeks, we've been one play away from Beathard being in there. Like it,
Right.
Yep.
And it's good. And we definitely have 3 guys that could run this offense, which is impressive considering the difficult of the offense, especially with you see what's going on with Corona. I definitely don't think we're going to get rid of them during the season this year. I think someone would have to offer straight up a 2nd round pick for us to even consider either one of those guys getting moved, or maybe more, a 2nd plus something.
imagine we get Garoppolo for a 2nd round and trade one of those guys for a 2nd round.
Yeah, I mean, but that's how they see it as far as I'm concerned, you know?
And let's not forget that at the end of the game, we were one jump ball away from winning. That ball was in the air, and George Kittle had his hand on it.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We still almost won that game.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if I said it, but that was from Liam the Lion, 55.
Ooh.
So,
Lion.
thank you, Liam.
All right, Mr. Liam. So what do you want to do now, Bob?
Just want to show you some of these numbers.
All right, let's look at some numbers. Yeah, I mean, domination as far as first down, total yards, total plays. What's
Look at total yards.
Yeah.
Oh,
They had 257. The Niners had 417. Go back up to the
This is
first
it.
downs real quick.
that's it right there.
First downs, they had 18. The Niners had 25. We had 301 passing yards to 174 on their end. Rushing was 116 to 93. But as Mr. Bob just pointed out, I'm impressed with the 2 to 3. 2 out of 3 in the red zone. They were 1 for 2. Penalties and turnovers are what fucked us in our ass. 3 turnovers to their 1, and then the penalties, which, you know, I feel that every game the fix is in and the refs have it out for us. I don't think Roger Goodell wants the 49ers to win another Super Bowl. I've felt that way for 20 years now. I quite frankly don't know if they'll ever let us win again, but yet again another game where the penalties are unbalanced. The offensive beast of the week this week.
This is unanimous.
Around
the country.
No question. Yeah, it's Mr. fucking George Kittle for president. 15 receptions, 183 yards, one touchdown, one rush for 8 yards, and I'd like to know his yards after catch. What do you think? How many of those?
Can I get that? I wonder where that is.
I bet he had 83 of those yards were fucking probably after the catch. That man is a fucking savage. He plays football like Patrick Willis played football. It's, you know what I mean? Like, there's very few people that play the game of football with such fucking enthusiasm. And isn't it a shame the only 2 games George Kittle's played in this year has been losses? That's not fair. You got to get that guy a victory.
Yeah, no kidding.
What a comeback, though, for this game. I mean...
Yeah, that is definitely a hell of a comeback game. Welcome to the fucking... Yeah, I mean, fuck.
It's pretty nasty.
This guy has done this with backup quarterbacks multiple seasons, multiple games.
Oh, it doesn't matter who throws him the ball. It seems like he does better when the shittier the quarterback, the better he does.
Well, he's played with Beathard for 9 years.
Yeah, true that. True that. All right, you want to go defensive beast of the week?
Sure.
All right. I did notice, I don't know who I'm going to give it to yet, but I will say this. Quan had a good game. I did see him running around like a fucking nut
He led the team in tackles.
Yes, he did. But I'm going to give it to the man that we spoke about earlier. He had 4 tackles, half a sack, and half a tackle for a loss. Kerry Hyder Jr. He had the stats. I'm giving it to him. Curran, you're up.
I'm going to go with Azeez Al-Shaair with that. 3 tackles, but 1 interception. I love seeing that out of backup players making plays when they need to. And I feel, how long has he been with the team? I feel like he's been with us for a little while. And he seems to always play his part when he needs to. So I'm going to go with Al-Shaair.
He was, I think he was drafted in
15 or 16.
This is his 2nd year with us. Last year he was a rookie.
I might be thinking Nzocha.
I'm gonna go with the same. I found myself multiple times going, "Who the fuck is 51?" and having to remember that it's Al-Shaair.
Gotcha.
Like whenever I see a number flash a couple times, and I got to go, "Who the hell is that?"
Yeah.
It just sticks in my brain. I think Armstead had a nice solid game. I think Hyder had a nice solid game. Quan, Freddie, they all played a good game. I love that Jamar Taylor sack coming off the bench. I love the call on that.
I love the call on it more than anything.
Al-Shaair just seemed to be all over the field. That diving catch on the interception. I'm going with Al-Shaair as well.
Okay.
4 games in as well, and I think picking Eric Armstead for this team over DeForest Buckner, as much as I hated it, I think it was the right choice. They're both playing at an equal level. Still, like DeForest is still playing the same as what he was with us, and I don't know. I'm happy we have Armstead, and I'm happy that we picked him.
And Kinlaw is starting to look like he's going to round out into what we need. He's not going to be DeForest.
No, but his run, he is phenomenal on the run. He is our best defensive lineman against the run. And it's clear to me, and I don't know a lot, but he is just there.
It's also going to be really hard to compare him to Buckner when Bosa's not out there.
True.
And DeFord's not out there. If they were out there, Kinlaw would look way better than he does because everybody would be double-teaming those two.
Gotcha. You want me to do the particulars?
Yeah, let it rip.
All right, let's do the particulars, eh? We are the Gold Blooded Podcast. If you would like to email us, I don't know, tell us a little something, whatever, email us at goldbloodedpodcast@gmail.com. This episode, as all episodes, brought to you, we have a sponsor. It is Lucky Rose Tattoo. Lucky_Rose_Tattoo on Instagram. Come down, get the tattoo, Middlebury, Connecticut. We'll see you here. I said you could email us. You could check out and
Patron.
we're going to get there too. But what you could do is you want to interact with the Gold Blooded Podcast a little more. Maybe you're not comfortable with the email. Get on the Instagram, Gold Blooded Podcast, one word. Michael Curran responds to everything. He makes some nice posts. I make some nice posts sometimes. It's nice. It's nice when things are nice. Then there's Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/Gold Blooded Podcast. What goes on there? You're going to go there. You're going to give us money. That's that.
We're going to keep promising stuff that never happens, and you're going to give us money.
It'll happen one day. Last but not least, we'd like reviews. Thank you, please. Thank you. I gotta tell you, I listened to Kern. Do you know what the Jerky Boys are?
No.
I
Is
love
it a podcast?
No. The Jerky Boys was in like the early 90s. They were like a couple like borderline comedians, 2 or 3 guys who made prank phone calls and then recorded them and put them out on tape and CD, like just prank phone calls. And they had these characters. Frank Rizzo was like, and they were really funny prank phone calls. I find them funny. But I went back and listened to the first one the other day. See you later there, Nits. There are so many good one-liners. Regardless, leave a fucking review. I don't know what that has to do with the Jerky Boys, but leave a review. We'd appreciate it. However you listen, Podbean, Stitcher, whatever, get in there. Leave the review. 5 stars, 10 stars, nice words, bad words, whatever. Anything else? All right, I think we're going to wrap this episode up now. Save some space for the next episode. And, yeah, we'll be back next episode. Hopefully it'll be better than this one. Fuck it. Bye-bye.